Welcome back, you guys, to Canon Events. I'm your host, Trevor, and we're going to dive right into One Piece 1180, for the title is Only Bones Get Left Behind, so I'm sure on level 1 we're talking about Brook. But who else? What are the other bones that are going to get left behind? I think we might actually see at least the foundation for the annihilation of the Esperia Kingdom. That's just me. That's just what I'm thinking. Now, the cover page is freaking lit. And I'm not just saying that because Brook is getting electrocuted. The request was by Primo D Takashi, and it was Brook getting electrocuted by jellyfish at the beach. Oda did not need to make the jellyfish have emu eyes. Okay, Oda did not need to go so hard on the foreshadowing that emu is probably gonna zap Brook again at some point in the near future. But Brook seems to be telling us he's gonna be okay. He's still sipping tea, and he's the king of rage baiting. So I do look forward to seeing more of Usopp and Brook against Emu, because guys, what we're not realizing is that Brook and Usopp versus Emu is the only way to defeat him. We're not strong enough to beat Emu right now, but Brook and Usopp could rage bait Emu in a way that could cause Emu to defeat Emu, and guys, that's really our only hope here in Elbaf. So I think that seeing Usopp and Brook versus Emu was a foreshadowing of how it's gonna end, not just the beginning of how the major battle starts. When the Princess of Esperia turned 14, 5 princes came seeking her hand in marriage, drawn by rumors of her extraordinary beauty. And here she is, and she is extraordinarily beautiful. And in battle, she's a battle babe, and Brook's younger years, it says in the background, she's long. She is long. That's great. Her legs are like 2 times the size of her torso. That's not normal for even a One Piece scout to have legs that long. Really, the only person that we've ever seen with legs this long are like Brook and Kendall. Okay, so she's Kendall's kid. That makes sense. I yield. You're all too weak. Forgive us, please. I have no interest in weak men, and don't even think about approaching me if you can't play music. Music? Really? I hear you thrash all your suitors, Princess Shuri. Yup, you like strong women, right, Brook? Don't you think I've grown stronger? Not to mention cuter. You certainly have. And I bet someday my boobs will be big enough to pop right out, too. Oh, don't say things like that. It's unladylike. Seriously? You sound like my dad. Commander of Esperia's Guard Corps, Brook, 27 years old. Okay, so he's no longer the captain. I think he was the captain in the last chapter. I'm not sure if it's up man. But Brook, you didn't have to like immediately break Shuri's heart. Okay, I know that this like age gap is inappropriate. But did you really have to like harm her emotionally like the second she confessed to you again for probably the 100 millionth time? He zaps over to some randos, some random ladies in like flamenco dresses, and he's like, "My word, you're gorgeous. May I see your panties?" And they're like, "Yeah." She's like, "Will you get that arrest? Will you give that a rest already?" And she fucking whops him with the sword on the back of the head. Okay, well, I've got to sing again. Okay, so we're singing again. This is the hard part. It's the hard part. Okay, I do good voices. I'm not the best singer. We're gonna come up with a melody. Alright, so they're singing about Only Bones Get Left Behind. So this is a Brook original. He says, "From frogs to cattle, from kings to chattel, of the dead you'll find only bones get left behind. From frogs to cattle, from kings to chattel, bones alone, as everyone knows. That's just the way the story goes." Oh yeah. Yo! Ah, I love your songs, Brook. Aw. His Majesty told me the same thing. You really admire my dad, don't you, Brook? My mom too. I guess he was my benefactor. If I hadn't crossed paths with your father, by now, only my bones would be left behind. You don't say. Heh. It's Brook, 11 years old. He's in prison. No, he's just looking through the windows at a music school. Must be nice. A school with real instruments. They sound so good. Hey! Yikes! That filthy street rat is peeping around again. Whoa, I'm sorry! Shoo, scram! You're making our students nervous. Ew, the stench. He's a stain on our country. He looks a lot like Blackbeard. The king's bad. Yeah, it's the king's bad. One day I'll play real music, the best you've ever had. My mommy, my daddy, my little brother too, with empty bellies rumbling, they had no food to chew. I don't know why I'm even alive, just crunching on wart frogs to survive. The king's bad, yeah, it's the king's bad. What the fuck? And we're up in the junkyard. He's playing a concert for the junkyard dogs. So something in Brook was always beautiful and amazing. Now Leuven looks even more like Blackbeard at this point, and I've seen some people talking about how he is Oda's Beethoven. I could see that. He says, those are some rotten lyrics. Did you write them yourself? Is that thing... Yup, it's my violin. That's supposed to be a violin? I made it out of a glass bottle and some wires. It sounds good, right? It does have a freeing vibe to it, I guess. Hey, I've seen you around before. Are you a fan, mister? Haha, you could say that, but don't call me mister. I'm only 21 years old. He does kind of look like Beethoven. Say what? You've got an old face, yo-ho-ho-ho. You look like you've had it rougher than most. That's an odd laugh you got there. Yo-ho-ho, well, I suppose I'll just call you Big Bro. As a token of our friendship, I'll treat you, Big Bro. I caught some grasshoppers and frogs today. Mmm, delicioso! The secret ingredient is curry powder. I steal some from the naval ships that occasionally come here. It makes anything taste like curry, though I guess that's not much of a secret now, huh? Yo-ho-ho! Okay, and King Leuven is just like, not. Today's soup of the day features a fresh catch from the Euro Peninsula. It's dal abalone, simmered in red wine, followed by a prime grade ruby beef. Your Highness, this is the young lady of the Saffron conglomerate. She graduated as valedictorian of the Enoa Academy. Chopping, chopping, chopping. Oh my god, bro. Yo, bougie ass Nami variant? The Saffron conglomerate. I feel like Nami is descended from the Saffron conglomerate, bro. You alright, big bro? Are you so happy you're tearing up? Oh, yeah, I can't believe I'm still in Esperia. I'm just a tad tired. I'm still happy to have this though. He puts it in his mouth and then he dies and they replace Leuven with it's actually just I don't know, it's Davy D. Blackbeard's real dad. He just ate frogs. He just ate, and look at his mouth. He's got an entire frog just sticking out his mouth. Looks like it's alive. Honestly, it looks like it's fully alive. Yo, is it so good that you're convulsing? I'm right, aren't I? That's great. Alrighty, time to get back to singing. Later, big bro. Wait, I told you it's my treat. Don't vote over your cash. We're both going through hard times. So Leuven just starts to like hang out with Brook. This was the prince, by the way. This was actually the prince. So he's showing up with some wine and some poison. They get drunk. He gets drunk with a kid. So he gets drunk with a kid. That's their best friends. They're best friends. This is such a weird fucking kingdom, bro. They don't have any laws here. Like, they don't have any rules. Like, with fucking 8-year-olds are proposing to 21-year-olds. Like, what is going on here? This is fucking crazy. We're just going up to women and asking for their panties, and I don't know what's going on. But they're bonding. They're getting drunk. They got him an actual violin, so that's really good. Or whatever he's playing. He's playing this instrument with his fingers. A viol or something. Leuven is smoking a cigar, literally diving in to catch the octopus himself. The octopus has a scar on its face. I feel like this is from somewhere else. Like we've seen this octopus before. but I don't know off the top of my head. Somebody shout out in the comments if you recognize the octopus. If this is your octopus, we found him. He's here. One day in Cello Port, Kingdom of Esperia, a marine escort ship. Load the instruments onto the cargo ship. Handle them with care. I don't know anything. This is a mistake. Cut the crap. You suck at lying. We know you're the courier. Those gangsters told you to drop off their powder, didn't they? Where did you hide it? We paid our informant good money and they said you had the stuff. So are you ready to tell the truth? We ain't talking about normal curry powder here. From frogs to cattle, from kings to chattel, of the dead you'll find, only bones get left behind. Quit singing, kid! Might only be for a split second, but as long as I keep on singing, dying doesn't seem so bad. Oh my god. It'll be over soon. Goodbye, stray doggy. Goodbye, big bro. Oh! Ah! My emotions! Well, the punk's seeing our faces now. Let's kill him and go after the gangsters. Of the dead you'll find, only bones get left behind. Brock! Big bro! Prince Leuven? What? He's a... Oh my god, he's not doing so well. He's a prince? I'm really glad to see you, Brook. I don't know what I'd do if you died. Please stand back, your highness. Leave the rest to the guard corps. Shut up, I'll handle him with my own hands. These damn bastards put my good friend through hell. Look at the state of him. I'll give him a taste of their own medicine. Hey, wait, is that Esperia's guard corps? Prince Leuven, we've apprehended the dealers from the Moron family. We've also confiscated the illegal drug and arrested their courier. Their courier? So this kid really had nothing but curry powder? Your Highness, please restrain your personal anger. The Navy has the backing of the world government behind it. If the government is gonna shield scum like this, then our world is doomed, isn't that right, Candel? I am nothing more than your devoted steel blade. I'll always be by your side. We're Marines, you know? Shut it! You're just garbage! Bro looks like Wapple. Bro looks a lot like Wapple. Interesting. Wapple, Leuven, Zebek, Brook. I think there's Davy blood in some of these kingdoms. I think there's Davy blood in some of these kingdoms. I think he's Davy. I think he's Davy. I think she is a Tar. I think it's Candle the Tar. We're gonna find that out. But we'll see. Everybody's thinking that she's a CD. Everybody's thinking she's a Celestial Dragon. I'm not sure about that. I think she might be a Tar. So I really like seeing Leuven in action. Young Leuven is pretty epic. He's a dual wielder, first of all. He's a dual wielder. And that's very rarely seen. I mean, even Zebek only wielded one sword. So what are we going to find out about that? In fact, we've very rarely seen people that use this type of sword, the rapier, dual wield. So, and Brook shouts or thinks to himself, he says, he's a swordsman too? That's so cool. So they've known each other for quite a while, maybe a year or two at this point. Yeah, he didn't know that he was a prince or a swordsman. I feel that this is very sweet and humanizing and humbling for Leuven, who was kind of portrayed as a dick in the last chapter, because we're seeing that Leuven, and we're forced to kind of fill in the blank that Leuven needed like an escape from his princely duties. Leuven needed to get away, and for him, like the mundanity of just chilling with Brook in the junkyard and being nothing was that. Like, this is what we want to see out of royalty in literature, and these are usually the royals that are humanized but also kind of heroified in literature, are the royals that don't want to be royals all the time, the royals that need a break from being royalty. You know what I mean? Like Fiona in Shrek was a tomboy, was an ogre, was Cameron Diaz. So Fiona. Anyways, I digress. Did you hear? They're saying that Lady Candle saved our country again. It wasn't just her. Actually, respect to Luffy. He did a great job. And he seems to actually be a good king. I'm really surprised that I'm saying that so quick, but like 180 from last chapter. Esperia Palace. Everybody's saying they think this is the castle from Thriller Bark, but I don't think so. It looks very different. Very, very, very different. I'm not angry at you, Prince Luffy. I simply ask in the future, you keep in mind the weight of your royal standing. I got it. Hey, Brook. So you were prince this whole time, huh, big bro? Yeah, about that. Look, I'm really sorry. It's not like I meant to deceive you. I just enjoyed spending time with you. Aw! That's so sweet! Commander of Esperia's Guard Corps, Candle. But again, we don't get a last name. And she is beautiful. The legs are, oh my god. More importantly, you better not tell anyone that you swiped that curry powder, kid. Every time Prince Luffy goes missing, it scares us half to death. I never would have guessed that you were spending your free time with such a cute little friend. That's literally, this is a core memory for Brook. This is where it all started for Brook. Like, yeah. Brook just went through puberty like right now. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize your wounds were still so deep. Oh, it's all good. Don't worry about it. Anyway, tell everyone this kid's my favorite musician. Get him a room in the barracks and give him a proper musical instrument. And arrange for him to attend school. A new star is about to be born in Esperia that looks a lot like the silhouette of Zebek. What am I looking at here? These are eyes. This is an eye. Is this his mouth? What am I looking at here? I'm so confused. Is this an eye? What is this? Is it his nose? That's his nose. Okay, this is a weird image. I'm sorry, Oda. You fucking confused the shit out of me with this one. I love this kid, and from now on, this palace is gonna be a lot more fun. This act of generosity would never be forgotten. It's so sweet. Guys, I mean, really, there's not a crazy amount to speculate upon in this chapter. I do think that we are seeing that Luffy is of a powerful lineage. Okay, Luffy is definitely of a powerful lineage. I think we're seeing that Candle is of a powerful lineage. I think that there's a lot more to the Kingdom of Esperia, as we will find out, than just this is where Brook grew up. Okay, we are probably going to find out that this was some sort of Davy stronghold, and that they weren't entirely in cahoots with the world government. As you can see, like, he doesn't have the best opinion of the world government. And Candle, these theories that Candle is going to be a holy knight, well, Candle just attacked Marines and said, like, I am loyal to you, king. I am loyal to you. I will always be by your side. She doesn't give a fuck about the world government. Luffy looks like Zebek. Luffy looks a lot like Zebek, and the silhouette down here looks a lot like how we were introduced to Zebek. For years, this is the type of image that we had of Zebek in our mind, with this type of hair, not the type that he ended up with. So what the heck does that have to say about anything? I think that he is like the jollier cousin of Zebek, or brother of Zebek. And if we look at the ages of Zebek, this is 70 years ago. Okay, well, no. Last chapter was 70 years ago. Brook was 20. 70 years ago. And Luffy seemed to be like in his 40s. So this is long before Zebek. This is about the same time as Zebek was born in last week's chapter. Because Zebek, I believe 40 years ago or 30 years ago in God Valley, was like in his 30s or 40s. I think Zebek might be from here. Like maybe Zebek is Luffy's kid. No, well, okay. Here's what I'm thinking. Okay, so the Davy clan was on God Valley. Do we think that this was their ancestral home, or do we think they ended up there after maybe leaving a kingdom, an Esperia Kingdom, and perhaps mom and pop, Zebek, were here for this incident? Now, I could see kind of like a lineage, like a doomed lineage story playing out, that wherever they go, they are in diaspora, that somehow they've made this kingdom for themselves, but this wasn't the original kingdom of their clan. And then this one gets nuked. And then they go to God Valley, and they make a life for themselves, and then that one gets nuked. And then now you've got Blackbeard trying to fulfill the prophecy in his blood, and he's trying to make some sort of new world for him and his people that will inevitably probably get nuked if the story plays out. I mean, that kind of makes sense to me. The theories about Brook looking exactly like a baby Blackbeard. Yeah, and he has the same sort of origin story. He's grown up in squalor, in a dump, being treated very poorly just for existing. This is the curse that's on the Davy clan, and I mean, we see it. He looks like a Davy. He acts like a Davy. I'm not gonna lie, he acts obviously more like the Davy example that we've seen in Zabek than Blackbeard, but also kind of the good Blackbeard that we saw. And it's kind of crazy to say good Blackbeard at this point, but the guy that we saw in Jaya, he had like more positive vibes, you know what I mean? He was kind of more that free Davy than that radical Davy. And God, this silhouette it's just getting to me. I really do think that this is gonna go somewhere with the Davy clan. We've had 2 significant flashbacks, I guess 3 significant flashbacks in Elbaf, but the other character flashback that we got was developing almost more so the Davy clan and Emu's relationship than Harold and Loki. Like, we got more Zebek and God Valley than we got of even Harold. And like, Harold wasn't at God Valley. The God Valley flashback was flashbackception. And we got more of that than Harold's flashback inside of Harold's flashback. So there's a reason for that. It's because Oda needs to explain these things now because of what he wants to do next. Okay, the man with the scars, the final poneglyph, Laugh Tale, he's bringing it all together, and he needs us to understand the things that have happened in the last century before we can understand the things that happened in the Void Century. So, as much as this is portrayed as like a whimsical flashback to a kingdom of music, and we're meeting all these jolly characters, we need to keep track of the fact that all of them have the 3 eyelashes. Okay, that we're seeing more afro hair in the past chapter and a half than we've seen in 100 chapters. That Brook has the Yomi Yomi no Mi and has visited the realm of the Abyss and has powers akin to those of the God's Knights. That Candle has major God's Knight vibes, but also kind of looks like Aristithar. Something is going on here, and we're gonna find out next week, you guys. Personally, my speculation stands that this is some sort of Davy Tar clan stronghold, kingdom, and that we're gonna see it get moved. But I look forward to finding out. I look forward to being proven wrong. If you enjoyed yourselves today as I did, I hope you already hit that like button down below. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more canon events content. We've got a lot of other content that I've been working on, kind of taking my time on, okay, but we're gonna get it out there. I've got a One Piece live action review. I've got some Daredevil Born Again review I'm working on. And more importantly, guys, until next time, I hope you take care of yourselves, people, because we gonna be out.